All right, for all the welterweights out there that I think has a good chance of beating Errol Spence, this is not one of them. And Shawn Porter, I believe, he, in his heart of hearts, wants no parts of Errol Spence Jr. But guess what? He's saying he wants to fight, or does he? E-King Fight needs more on this, guys. Yes. Showtime Shawn Porter. I don't know if he's Showtime anymore. Every time I see this guy, he's not really in an entertaining fight. He's in this sort of grappling match with the guys he's fighting. And in those trenches, on the inside is where he gets most of his work done. Now, Shawn Porter has been so, I would say, inconsistent. Whenever you talk to this dude about Errol Spence, he's got a whole different fucking answer. But what I really hate the most about how the media portrays these guys is Shawn Porter will have a media day in his gym. He will not say the words, "I'm willing to fight Errol Spence next." He will not say those words, but you're gonna see headlines like the one that's on Boxing Scene that says, "Shawn Porter firm on fighting Errol Spence." That's not really fucking firm if you're not gonna admit you have every intention of fighting him next. We're not talking about 2020 or some shit. We're not talking about Anthony Joshua's bullshit. We're not talking about fucking... Anthony Joshua would be the best example here because, you know, he can talk all he wants about the Wilder fight, but everybody knows that he doesn't really want that fight. He wants no parts of Deontay. And the same holds true for this boy right here. Showtime Shawn Porter doesn't want no smoke with no Errol Spence, man. He's already turned down a fight with him. He's already turned it down. A chance to get that IBF title. But hold on a second, we're not done. He can't fight. I mean, yeah, he got caught in the media talking about, oh, you know, we got a game plan for everybody. Oh, you know, we never back down. You know, we'll be ready for Spence. You know, oh, that's a great fight. Oh, you know, I'm really the number 2 welterweight. But, you know, you think Spence is number 1, right? Do you want to fight that number 1 guy? We got a plan for it, you know. We got a plan. Fucking guy, man. Somebody needs to ask him point blank, are you ready for Errol Spence in your next fight, man? And these hoes don't want to do it. All the media hoes don't want to do it. And it's fucking annoying. Because whenever you really ask him about it, this dude got to make up some kind of a story. Talking about all this other extra shit. When we really just want a yes or no fucking answer. You know, it's a yes or no question. Give us a yes or no answer. Very simple. Fight Spence or admit you're a hoe. That's all we want. Because we can already smell that shit a mile away, man. We can fucking smell it, man. And Keith Thurman got it way worse for ducking Errol Spence than you know, with Showtime. The criticism Showtime Shawn Porter's gotten has been minute compared to, you know, the heat Keith Thurman's been under. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So he's got Danny Garcia. I'm not sure if he can beat Danny Garcia, by the way. Danny Garcia, a very underrated boxer. Very underrated defensively. He's one of the best counter punchers in the welterweight division. He's got great boxing ability. He's got great technical ability. And he's a really smooth, clean boxer puncher. And the last really smooth, clean boxer puncher that Shawn Porter's faced was Keith Thurman. And that didn't work out for him. Right? At the end of the day, it didn't work out for him. You know, I believe the Danny Garcia fight is going to be close and competitive. But ultimately, it really depends on where the fight, you know, who's the ring general. You know, is Shawn Porter taking the initiative, keeping Danny Garcia on the inside? And if he's consistently able to get on the inside, absolutely, I think Shawn Porter can win this fight, except for the fact that Danny Garcia's inside game is also underrated. And ultimately, I see Danny Garcia as a better overall boxer. So if I had to give an edge to someone, I would edge it out to Danny Garcia. Right? That's just point blank. I would edge it out to Danny Garcia. But let's really talk about this matchup right here. Now, I haven't even gotten started on Shawn Porter's father, Kenny Porter, and what he thinks about the Errol Spence, because I have not seen him once really embrace the Errol Spence fight. I've seen him say, oh, it's going to happen. I've seen him say, oh, that fight's going to happen. Yeah, down the road, it's going to happen. You don't really know when. You don't really know what the time frame is. But he'll admit it's going to happen. He just has no idea when. And I'm sure he's got every plan of pushing that shit back. Fuck it. Oh, yeah, we'll fight him next year. Oh, maybe, give us 12 months. It's gonna happen. But the most interesting part about it is both of these guys, they fight in the same quarters. Shawn Porter likes to fight on the inside. He likes to grapple a little bit. He likes to push you back. He likes to frustrate you. He might get in there with his head at your chest, bang at your body. Watch out for the lead power punches when he jumps in. But Errol Spence does a lot of the same thing, but he's much more clean with it. And you don't see so much of the grappling from Errol Spence. You don't see that. You see clean pressure fighting. Also counter-punching, moving forward. Right? But the thing is, Errol Spence lives to go to someone's body. He's there to really break you down, body, mind, and soul. And I just think that this fight for Shawn Porter, it's all wrong for him. Errol Spence is all wrong for Shawn Porter. Because where Errol Spence excels, where he does his best work, is exactly where Shawn Porter needs to work. Right? Shawn Porter ain't no slick, classy out boxer. He ain't someone that's gonna flash a jab, give you movement, and counterpunch you to death. He's not that guy. He's a guy that needs to work on the inside. But Errol Spence is a guy that destroys you on the inside. That separates your legs from your fucking body. Literally. So, if you haven't realized it, I really favor Errol Spence if that fight ever does get made. And I sort of understand. I understand why, even if Shawn Porter says he wants to fight Errol Spence, whatever really part of his team, Kenny Porter, whoever else trains with him, they might tell him in private, hey, that Errol Spence cat, he's a real killer. He's a real killer. I wouldn't recommend anybody fight that boy Errol Spence. I'm sure maybe he's been told this in private, and maybe he takes it with a grain of salt, because in this fight game, even when you could be in for the toughest fight of your life, there's even points where it doesn't make sense to turn that fight down without at least without being ready to take some criticism for turning fights like that down. And I mean, for Errol Spence, is it a pay-per-view fight? Well, would it ever be a pay-per-view fight? Probably not. I mean, any pay-per-view, you need to have a lot of different elements. You need to have a lot of different markets covered. It's not as simple as taking the number 1 and number 2 fighter in a division, putting it on pay-per-view. It's never that simple. But when it comes right down to it, I think Shawn Porter would get destroyed by Errol Spence. For the reason that I've said already. And one of the best fights I could really bring up that remind me of this is when a cat named Juan Diaz fought Nate Campbell in Mexico. And the second that fight was made, I was thinking Juan Diaz does not have a chance to win that fight no matter where it is. Because Nate Campbell is a killer in the trenches. And that's where Juan Diaz did his best work. But he ain't a killer in the trenches. So, I got Errol Spence all day over Shawn Porter. E-King Fight News. Let me know what you guys think. Why Shawn Porter doesn't really want this fight? Or do you think he really does want to take on the best in Errol Spence? Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, man. We're out.